just share I'll just share today a little about my journey. So this was about in 2008 or 9 when I first read The Secret. I got to know about the law of attraction, and then I heard this term, we create our reality. And there was a big question in my mind. I said, is it really true? Is it really true that we create our reality? And because, of course, I was a doctor, my first thing was, why would anybody create an illness? Or why would anybody create any problems that we have, any relationship issues? We give it our best. We try to do so much to really, make it a happy life. Why would that happen at all? Now, I remember having this just for a couple of days and then I forgetting about it. But as they say that the universe has this law, ask and it is given. Slowly, actually, I was guided towards, I found this course, Dr. Newton's 6-day past life regression, and then all the other courses that I started attending after that. I remember in 2017 in the SanghAha that we have at our place, I once said, I now want to be a conscious creator. Doing all these workshops, past life regression, inner child healing, I realized how unconsciously I had created my reality. I started seeing that the roots of whatever had happened in my life was there in the unconscious. So, as the psychologists say, that before the age of 6 years, the child is actually in the unconscious state. We are in the state where, if we see brain waves, we are in the very deep, very slow theta or delta waves. When the child is born, the child is mostly sleeping. The delta brain waves, that kind of pattern we touch when we are in deep sleep. The children, the infant who is born is constantly in that state. And then when they are growing up a little bit, till the age of 6 years, they are in the theta again, which is a very slow wave pattern. Why do we say this delta theta? Why is it important to know? This is the stage where they are absolutely impressionable. They don't have a thinking mind. They don't have any filters. Whatever the parents are thinking about them, feeling, they are very easily absorbing it all. And they believe that this is how things are. So the beliefs about how life works, how we are. Imagine a child has been told you are no good, you're good for nothing, you can't do anything properly. This child has believed that this is how I am. Now, this child will constantly struggle, will try to do so much good, trying to prove that I can do it, I am good enough, I'm not bad. But still, inside feeling you're good for nothing. You can't do anything properly. Because consciously you're trying to do, every time you do a task, you feel, oh, yes, see, I could do it. You feel the validation. So, this is happening at the conscious level superficially. But deep down at the unconscious, this person is still feeling, I'm good for nothing. I can't do anything. So, what we really need to do is we need to work at the unconscious level. That is where the programming has happened. So, all of us have been programmed before the age of 6 years. We carry so much programming also from our past lives. And this book, The Secret, what it kind of brought forth, and many other spiritual scientists really have been sharing about this, that we are really creating the reality from how we perceive the world. What is our state of being? What are my thoughts? What are my feelings? What is my state of being? That is what is really happening to me. The universe is constantly responding to us, constantly. This is a place which is a mirroring universe. We're living in a mirroring universe. So the universe is constantly sending to us things that we need to see about ourselves. Things that we need to correct will be shown to us. So this is how we are really creating our reality. Like I said, that in 2017, when I first realized, oh my God, I have actually created, but I have created by not doing anything. This was already programmed, and because I was running in a programmed way, all this has been happening. And that is when I gave this intention that now I want to be a conscious creator. How do you now use this, understand this, and start really doing it well, right? So I will talk about the journey further as I kind of went on to study a little more about that. But the most important thing, friends, in being a creator of your reality, a conscious creator, the most important thing, if we say, that is going to be meditation. Now, why meditation? Why is that so important? When we are actually interacting with the world, when I'm here right now talking to everybody, if suppose something is happening, I'm registering, oh, this is going wrong. And how are we really tuned in? We are, used to looking outside, this is going wrong. Oh, this person behaved like this with me, and that's why I felt bad. So we are constantly looking at the outside world and seeing that the outside world is creating what is happening within me. When we start meditating, right, what we are really doing is we are momentarily shutting out the outer world. We are shutting our senses. And when we start really going into this space, we start witnessing. I'm no longer the body. I'm no longer this mind. Now, otherwise, by default, I'm interacting. So if my state of being is a particular way, if I feel, oh, I'm not good enough, and I'm trying to constantly please the other people, prove to the other people, that doesn't change. When I'm interacting with the world 24 hours, I'm still doing the same thing. But when we meditate, I am just by myself. That stops. And I start going within. In a sense, let's say we are changing gears. We are coming from a first gear or a second gear, whatever our gear that we are normally driving our car with. We are coming into neutral. The spiritual scientists say that there are infinite potentialities. Anything can happen in my life. But why is nothing different happening? Because I am constantly tuned into that particular channel. Because my state of being, the kind of thoughts and feelings that I am operating with is constantly the same. Now, if I go on thinking the same thoughts, the thoughts which come in the brain, they send a signal to the body, the same feelings. My body is getting the same signal, and my whole body is now conditioned to that particular chemical. I am having that particular frequency. And of course, when I'm tuned into just that, I'm going to just create more and more of that. So when we are meditating, when we go into no thought state, we are really entering, we are stopping to actually think about that. What is our known thing, right? And that is the time that we are actually entering into the infinite potential space. That is when, if we now choose something different, if we start actually then also changing our thoughts, the way that we may think, the way we may see things, if we question, oh my God, why do I think like that? Why do I always believe that I can't do it? Why am I constantly trying to please everybody, trying to prove a point, right? Now, when I question myself, that is when I can then also start choosing something else. So this is how we can actually create a different reality. But today we are going to talk a little more about this meditation thing. So many times, when people come, then they're meditating and they really give up meditation. They say, humse nahi ho raha hai. Or also what happens is they sit to kind of meditate. Now, what happens is that something important comes. They realize, yes, this work is left. And they say, see, in meditation, I remember now this is the important thing. So what happens is they quickly go back to that work. They start thinking about that work. Now, this opportunity where you can go into the unknown, this is the time that you really need to go into the unknown. But our mind is constantly trying to keep us there. So the moment we get a thought, and if we start following that thought, we are tricked by the mind and we are again taken away from the unknown. So we will again just spend the time there. We are going to spend the energy there and not going to create anything differently. So when we are meditating, now this happens with all of us. Can we raise our hands? How many of us remember all the important things, right? And we tend to usually start following that. Or we just give it a thought, oh God, I think I have to get up today. Today I have to take this flight. So immediately we are just drawn to that. We are taken away from this unknown space. So when I understood this a little better, I realized that somewhere we need to just start we need to realize how important it is to really be in that unknown space. The unknown is uncomfortable. We all like our, routine, the way that we have become comfortable. And this is going to be each and every single day. So when 1 year back I was uncomfortable with unknown, that doesn't mean that today when I sit again, whatever was unknown then now has become known. But again, I want to cling to that, right? We are always scared of really going into the unknown. But we need to make ourselves realize that we need to do that. We need to get more and more comfortable with the unknown. We need to really allow ourselves to change. So the whole importance, the whole, I would say, the key thing about everybody whose lives have really changed for the good, all the authors that we go back to, all the masters that we go back to, they really have changed their life for the good. But they really embraced change. The last 2 years, when I was trying to work with people, a lot of the times I realized that the mind is such, the moment you say, oh, you got to change, they say, no, but I'm not wrong. It's the other person who's wrong. That person is doing this for me. So the moment we even kind of think change, we feel as if we are being made wrong, right? Because this is how our parents told us. They told us to change and they were saying, you are wrong. You're not, this is not right what you're doing. So consciously, we need to remember each and every day that we will keep changing for the good. We need to keep embracing the unknown. And that is how we will really start opening up to the potential. Okay. So any questions till now, friends? We are going to do, friends. I was sharing with you that this whole science that I really, spent some time studying. We are going to do a 2-day workshop on this unconscious to conscious creation, where we are really going to take all the steps, right? But the basic science everybody knows. We all know that we have to start visualizing. We have to start seeing what is it that we want, right? We start tuning into what we really want. Classically, our body is remembering only the past. And because we are only remembering the past, even if we are saying, oh, I never want to be betrayed again, I never want this again in my life, I don't want people who really are sucking away my energy, right? So if that's been our past, then we are saying, I never want that. I'm still giving energy to that. When we are thinking about our future also based on the past, the same thing gets copy pasted. We are tuning, we are really thinking the same thoughts again and again. We are just recycling them. And hence we feel that, oh, I'm doing so much, but things are really not changing. So how is it that we can actually start reconditioning ourselves to a different reality? We have been conditioned to something, we need to choose differently. So that is something that we will be doing in the workshop. This is the very basic science, if I have to just give you this in a very short thing. But any questions on this? So today when we are going to do the meditation, friends, what we are really going to do is we are going to just keep getting our mind to the present moment. When it keeps just going here and there, the simple science, because all the potential is there in the present moment. When it goes here, I just come back here, right? Now, the more our mind, our attention is energy. When we are actually putting our awareness somewhere, we are starting to give that energy. We need to bring back all the energy. We need to have more and more energy. That's how you break away from the past patterns. That's how you create new. So hence, so many people, when they say that you meditate for long hours, that's how you will be able to break away from some old patterns. Because when you're meditating for long, you are lingering in that unknown space for a long time. and you're also receiving more and more energy. When you're going to do that, your awareness increases, your wisdom increases, and hence automatically you start choosing more wisely. You start dropping some old patterns and you can start choosing and creating differently. But what we will be doing in the workshop is really go into each and every segment in details. But right now, from whatever, because just, I'm trying to fit everything in a very short thing. Is there any question that will just help me clarify, throw light on this science a little more for now?
And there's a question in the chat box.
Okay. Why is it that when things are looking really positive and I have thanked the universe from the bottom of my heart, suddenly things go haywire? So a couple of things can happen when we are, a lot of the times things are happening at the conscious level. We have not worked at the unconscious level. So when we feel, oh, this is going to happen, we start thinking. We are underlying, we could be having fears or lack feeling. So you may ask yourself, in order to understand that, what would it mean to you if this doesn't happen? Supposing you're hoping that my house will be ready, okay, and I will get the possession of the house by November. And then when we are saying, oh, but what if that doesn't happen? If you see that there's a lot of restlessness, a lot of, no, but why should it not happen? So if you see that there is a lot of charge there, that means that we need to look deeper into it. So the subconscious, unconscious always, has more weight. Whatever is unseen is really going to take charge also so many times. So we need to pay attention to not only what's happening at the conscious, but also at the subconscious level. The second thing that could be happening, the second common thing, is we are very impatient. The universe, obviously, there is no, in that plane, there is no time. Now, when we say this is happening, but 2 months it's not happening, and then our energy starts changing. See, it's not happening, it doesn't work for me, it works for everybody else, but it's never going to happen to me. So again, we've gone back to the other, this thing, right? We're not able to sustain that energy. So that could be the other reason. Does that ring a bell, Sunita? Any of those two? Any more questions? Thank you so much. That was a beautiful question. Any other questions about this, friends? No.
I mean, I don't have a question, but I just want to share that you talking about 2 months, it just happened to me like last 2 hours. So I had messaged a friend of mine, just a message, because I think a lot of cases are coming up, and I just wanted to message saying, how are you feeling today? And those last 2 hours have been havoc. And I was observing myself. I said, yeah, wow, all the negative possibilities were in your mind. And I was consciously trying to say, okay, maybe the person is sleeping, maybe the person is not in the mood. But then the whole question started coming that how do I shift that? And so, I mean, to me, it was like, obviously there is a fear of the result, the fear of what it's going to mean if, suppose the person doesn't message me back for 2 days. What is it meaning to me? Mera to matlab andar se self-worth, everything is down right now. That self-worth and, oh, I'm not being chosen. So I don't know, it was taking me to my childhood, obviously insecurity, I mean, stuff like that. And I just got the message. But I have messed up my last 2 hours.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah. And then, of course.
So beautiful. I think, Deepa, your question really answers that this is a mirroring universe. So when you said that, oh, that's coming from the childhood, that insecurity, right? So what we need to do is we need to recognize, yes, I have this childhood insecurity. I am trying to please everybody to get my validation. So we need to work on that, because wherever that's coming from, we need to work on that. And then we need to, with friends here, for example, you can now think about, well, after you work on that, you've done already in a child, right? So
Yeah.
you can work on that insecurity and then think about that, how would I be if I was not insecure about this person? If I was just, saying, how are you, just out of care, but not out of, is he really kind of thinking about me? Does he still care about me? Or whatever our, thoughts could be.
The wonderful thing is this is a woman, so it's not even that insecurity. But
Um,
I was surprised that how insecurity is there deep inside.
right.
It doesn't matter, but it just triggered that, So, I mean, my question, a bit of it, what I did question myself was that, should I have not, why did you message? I kept asking myself, do you really care? Or is it the validation? Or is it the fear that, oh my God, the whole day I have not asked? So a lot of questions came that, why would I mean, am I not a caring person, or am I a caring person, but I don't express myself? So I did ask myself that, should I have not messaged only? But then I was like, nahi, message nahi kiya hota, so all this wouldn't have come up.
So I think that's a little dissection that you should not go into.
Hmm.
Am I not a caring person? Because again, what we're doing
Then I'm
is
judging
you
myself,
put
right?
labels. Yeah, you're judging
Labels,
yourself,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, of course, it's good that you messaged. So drop that thing. So
Yeah.
just look at the insecurity. When we've lost friends, we are insecure. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
look.
Actually, you're right. I mean, I was like, I'm sure she's fine, but I said, no, I'm concerned. So just message, So, but yeah, that dropping is not happening very easily. So I guess it's insecurity. Like I can just message and say, it's okay. I'll get the message. Like everything was coming up. Have I done something wrong? Am worthlessness? So like
Yes.
fear of.
Yes. Very one beautiful thing that you have brought forth, Deepa, the worthlessness. So, whenever we are actually having an intention, when we say, oh, this is what I want, right? One is that, are you clear about what you want? And then do you believe that it's possible? Supposing I feel, oh, I wish I grow by 4 inches height. Okay. Now, there are people who've actually had that intention, but do they believe that actually it can happen? Now, if I'm somewhere believing it can't happen, but let me just try, right? Obviously, it's not going to work. Right? So we have to see, am I clear what I want? Do I believe in it? And then do I think I'm worthy of it? A lot of the times we want things, but we feel I'm not worthy. I'm really not good enough. So somewhere that sabotage is also us really getting that.
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
Yes, absolutely. Please, Shraddha.
It's actually strange. It kind of stems from what you were saying, is that many a times I've gotten myself to say, you know what, I believe I can do this and I'm worthy of it. And then it actually happens and I panic.
Yes,
I completely panic that, oh my God, I actually did this. Now I don't know how to
exactly.
see it through.
Exactly.
The fear of, I don't know whether it's a fear or what holds me back from actually embracing and enjoying it, because I manifested it,
Yes.
but I'm unable to enjoy it, and then I fall back in my old patterns.
That's very beautiful. You've really brought forth a very beautiful point, Shraddha, because so many times it actually happens with people. We are trying to create something different, but when actually something different comes, now obviously the universe is not going to send you the package exactly how you thought. If you visualize the box packed in a magenta gift wrapping paper, it's not going to come that way. It's going to be something much more beautiful but different. But the fact is, with so many people, it happens that when actually they get the new opportunity, they really develop cold feet. They shy away from it. Right? So somewhere we wish, but when it comes, we are actually addicted to what our old ways are. We are so addicted to our reality. When that person who's angry, they're so addicted to their anger. They will maybe developing a beautiful new relationship, but they will really again unconsciously they will manifest, they will create, act out of their anger and really destroy that. So we are very addicted to our old emotions, our old ways. And Even though we are wishing, so many times we actually sabotage it. That's very beautiful. Thank you, Shraddha, for sharing that. I'm really enjoying the questions because each question is really taking us to the next step. There's a
Preeti, I
question.
have a question.
Yes.
You still can't see me, right?
No, I still can't
Uh,
see.
no, okay, but I'll still go ahead. There's something that is very simple and commonplace. Okay, like all of us do a lot. This I'm using this just as an example. Say you and I have seen something on an online site, the identical thing, and we both want to buy it. You order, I order. Your thing arrives in the right time, and it's the correct thing sent to you. My thing arrives, but it's either they've sent me the wrong color or the wrong size or something. I return it. Then they tell me, sorry, we don't have it in stock. Try again, try elsewhere, try some other site, or maybe you got it after 3 weeks. The occasion for which you wanted it has passed. So even the simplest things, why does it come with so much of struggle and strife? It comes, but by the time it comes, you've lost your pleasure in it, or the reason why you wanted it has gone.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sunita, for sharing that. So we have all beliefs that we are carrying, which is in the subconscious. As you were saying that we have been conditioned by the age of 6 years. So this is one of the common beliefs that just right now you said, why is it such a struggle? Now, somewhere it has probably happened that it is struggle all the time. And somewhere we feel that, oh, because that is the case, this is what is happening. A lot of the times when people have actually explored deeper, what they've also realized is that the way that they were born, it was very difficult. The whole way of coming out, that whole journey was so difficult for them to come out, that right at the birthing time, this thing was formed in their subconscious, that, oh my god, this is a struggle. Now, because this belief is there, that's how this keeps happening, right? So we now don't get into egg first or the chicken first, but we got to understand that the same thing will keep getting reinforced, because this is, like we said, it's a mirroring universe. You have a belief which is being shown to you. So what you need to do, Sunita, is when we are meditating, right, you can actually tune into that thing and actually try to change that belief. Okay, so start paying attention. So there could be other 5 areas that you'll be able to find that, oh, things are simple. Oh, things at home for me are not so difficult. So many people actually have to struggle so much to really just get their house in order. So when you start also changing your belief and actually appreciating where it's not a struggle, you will help to really change that mind, and that would help you to really start also living in that state of being, and hence a lot of other things would start changing.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I have one more question before we start meditating, but I just need 1 second.
I can see a lot of other friends join us. Bhakti, Sarika, Namita, Jahan, Neelamji, very wonderful. Welcome. Mama, Surbhi, wonderful. Kunal.
So my question, can I ask the question?
Yes.
My question is, like you said, that the belief which could have come from the childbirth, or as we progressed and experienced things. So whenever I have tried to sit and meditate, what I feel that, what my question is that, am I supposed to turn the belief? Because I seem to keep going to that visual, so am I turning that belief and the situation at that point, and therefore what I'm feeling, or just focus on the, she said, no, that everything is a struggle. So just focus on the struggle and turn it around, the belief, or keep going back, because mind is going back to
What I do is, normally I'm meditating in a, just going into that space. But supposing you identified today, oh, it's my belief is everything is a struggle. Now you think, okay, what would be the opposite? If I want to actually, if this was not my experience, what would I like it to be? For example, things come easy to me. This is a supportive universe. Whatever resonates with you, so you can actually choose that. And then the next time that you're going to meditate, right? When you, after you have gone into that silence, so you are not really right now tuned into actually things are difficult, but you drawn in, witnessing all of that, gone into that infinite space, and then you remind yourself, you know, this belief that is there, everything is a struggle. Now what would I like? Now when you change that, how would that make me feel? Because we are actually, the thoughts are electric in nature. We tune into that potentiality. We say, oh, things are possible, things come easy to me. But then we actually draw into it, that into our life by our feelings. The feelings have a magnetic nature.
Okay.
So we actually feel that, what would I feel if I actually believe that yes, things come effortlessly to me? Now when I feel that, I would feel grateful, I would feel relaxed, I would enjoy life, right? So whatever that feelings, if you can start feeling that, that's what is really changing your state of being.
Okay, so even in the meditation, even if the mind goes back to a memory and a visual which is reminding you of the struggle or insecurity or whatever, it's important to leave that visual and
No,
that's
so this when it's happening, that means you have not gone into the zero space.
okay.
You can't fight it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that first you just come into the zero space when it's not happening. So you, from first gear, you cannot go to third gear. You have to come to neutral.
Okay. Yeah.
Friends, are we ready for meditation? And what we are going to do, friends, is just keep coming to the here and now. Coming into, so I am not Preeti, I'm not Deepa, I'm not Sarika. When I'm here, I'm not a male, I'm not a female. I'm nowhere. When I'm with my closed eyes, I am actually not attached to anything. That's when I really go into this zero space, into this unknown. So let yourself really go into that unknown. Anything draws you back, quickly come back. No, I'm not going there. Okay, just keep coming to the moment. 15 minutes of just that. Would you like, if any of you have actually identified a belief, okay, because we were talking about it, that they would like to change now, okay, you can just write down, take a moment and write down what is that belief that you would like to change, and what would be that new belief. Okay, so after 15 minutes of this silence, I'm just going to guide you to remember this old one and then choose this new one. You're going to think about this new one. But remember, before that, the silence is important. So don't let yourself get distracted with any call, somebody else walking in the room. Okay, just be with this meditation. We're going to start. Remove your spectacles. Take a very comfortable posture. And allow yourself to come to your breath. You are the master. We are gods in flesh. Allow yourself to now be bigger than your problems, bigger than those issues that you have in your life. Going to keep your awareness now with your breath. Watching the natural incoming breath and the outgoing breath. The breath is always in this present moment. All the potential can be tapped only when you're present to them. only when you are in the present moment. Allow yourself to just relax with the breath. Be aware of the breath. It's not a tensed awareness, but a very relaxed, gentle awareness. Just watch the nostrils. How is it feeling? The air coming in, going out. You may be watching the whole passage, the entire track of the breath coming in and going out. Or it may have been easier for you to just watch the belly rising and falling. Whatever comes easy for you is fine. Just be with the breath. Be in the here and now. If your mind is going here and there, remember that you are the master. Just command it to come back to the breath. A relaxed awareness. And in this moment, as you're watching, you may be aware of certain sensations in your body. The body is there. The sensations are there. And you are watching. You are more than the body. Watch. Watch from that distance. If you notice any thoughts arising, any emotions arising, you can watch them again with a distance. You can watch the thoughts just like you watch the clouds coming and going. In between the clouds coming and going is the empty sky. That is our nature. We are not the clouds, but the entire sky. Allow your awareness to now unfold in the sky, in this infinite nature. Relaxing deeper and deeper into this infinite sky. Allow yourself to linger there in that silence. In that stillness. This vast, expansive, unknown, infinite space. Relax into it. Relax deeper into this silence. Be there. And now, in the state of silence, stillness, allow yourself to remember that belief that you would like to change. What is that belief? What would you like to think? What would you like to believe? Let yourself remember that new belief, new thought that you would like to seed. What would you mean? What would you feel if that is what is happening? If this new belief is working? If life is easy, it is a supportive universe, how would that make you feel? Allow yourself to feel that right now. Would you feel grateful? Would you feel more loving? Would you feel more loved? What would that new emotion be? That new feeling? And allow yourself to feel that right now. Give a taste of that to your body. Feel it in your body now. Recognize how is it feeling different in you. As I'm asking you to pay attention to this belief, trust the own unique way that you may be having your experience. Somebody may have visuals. Somebody just feels a sensation. Just trust your own experience. Be with it. And relax into it. This new belief which supports you. Love-based belief. And when you feel that, when you believe that, how it starts making you feel differently. I'd like you to anchor this in your body. Remember this in your body. Allow yourself to be grateful. Grateful to the universe. Feeling more loved, feeling more worthy. All that you're feeling, remember this. Let your body get a taste of it just for another minute. Remembering this feeling. Every day you may go back to the same feeling. Remember this belief. Remember this feeling that you have felt now in your body. You can start reconditioning your body now using this. Getting ready to come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking a couple of long and deep breaths, you can just rub your palms, cover your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. Could anybody feel differently when you thought about the old belief and then the new belief? Anybody would like to share? Yes? Shraddha.
Uh,
Sunita.
well,
Yes, Shraddha.
for me, when I started, just as I'm just going to explain my journey of it, because the start and the end I feel completely different. Just as we were starting to meditate, my phone started ringing. My kitchen was making a lot of noise. My daughter has arrived from outside, and we were in the process of meditating. And I was also thinking of a whole lot of other things that have been going on. And I just started breathing, listening to you. And soon enough, it went into just a visual of breathing. And I could focus by looking just at that visual. And just as you would start saying something, I would have started feeling it just a second before that. So it was like kind of easier for me to believe and move forward that, okay, this natural progression is taking place and I'm not imagining it in my head and I don't need to question anything. To the end of it, where I'm feeling very calm right now.
Wow.
To the process of where I started from to you would know today to where I am right now is exactly the opposite, but at the same point with no negative emotion attached to where I am.
That's beautiful, Shraddha. Shraddha, and you remember that feeling of having to prove?
Yeah,
And actually, the universe gave you the sign that you don't. It's already happening. You're already sensing it, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to prove.
yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Sunita, were you going to share also?
Dr. Preeti, I can say something.
Yes, Surbi, absolutely.
Yeah, so the topic very much relates to, our session yesterday and what I'm going through currently. And I joined in a bit late, so I missed what you spoke about, but I was part of the end thing.
Hmm.
And the difference from yesterday to today, I would say, I'm very much like, at least there is a realization that there's a difference in belief. There's something that I need to start. There's a conditioning and there's a belief.
Hmm.
There's an old belief, and there's like, because of which is pulling me down, and I'm not able to take the change.
Hmm.
And even while meditating, as you said, think of the old belief and the new belief. I'm
Hmm.
still very neutral to both of it.
Hmm.
Neutral to the old belief because probably I don't want to see because of the pain, and new belief probably I'm again neutral because I don't want to shift to it easily.
Hmm.
So, but the shift is in the perception, or at least I'm able to see ki yeah, I need to bring that shift from old belief to a new belief.
That's
So at least that realization is there, number one. Number two, I would like to ask you, like, it's like very neutral. So now the old belief is by birth or by conditioning from a very young age as a child. um, my question is, how do I get to shift to a new belief? Is it
fine.
I just keep repeating to myself, or like what?
We question the old one. So, if we believe that life is a struggle, and if we say, is it really true? Now, when I say, oh, is it actually true? Is it always true? We may be able to find certain places where it was not a struggle, it was easy.
Hmm.
And now, when we understand the science that if I keep believing that it's a struggle, it will be more and more struggle.
So I get it now. It's a pattern that we have created for ourselves.
Yes. So
But
you start shifting. So right now, like one more thing you mentioned that I'm not able to spot the belief. It's okay.
hmm,
But some small beliefs which you recognize are not love based, but are more fear based. For example, life is very tough for me. Right?
hmm.
We can start shifting that. So it's okay if we are not right now at the core belief, but whatever that we are able to identify, we can start shifting that.
And certain beliefs, we as an adults, we start believing over a period of time because of a thought process. But if as a child, certain circumstances, as I told you yesterday, if you feel this is for you, how do you change that? Like, I understand you said abhi core belief nahi mil raha hai to, but how do I get there?
So we basically recognize that the science of belief, if you're believing something, it keeps happening. When you see a belief that, oh, I have this belief, if it is it positive or is it negative? Is it love-based or is it fear-based? Now, when it is fear-based, obviously it would be good for us to shift it. Yeah. So when you kind of just look at it, which one is it? And then allow yourself to question.
Okay.
Thank
We
you.
have to start realizing that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say?
Is there somebody saying something?
Ma'am,
I'm not.
Preeti ma'am.
Yes.
Preeti ma'am.
Ah, Hemaraju. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Yeah. Can I say, ma'am?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. In this meditation, I found the one problem which was after my life, like
You are muted, Himaraju.
You're on mute.
yeah. In
Yeah.
this meditation, I found one solution for my problem. Like when I studying some subject, I failed all subject due to some problems. When I think I passed, sorry,
When you study some subject,
I failed.
you failed.
I failed. When I think about the past, if I pass my subject, I could be so shocked. And when I pass subject, I will be shocked, like fear about that. When this in this process, I turn the conscious level. Like when I pass the subject, I will be happy.
Yes. What is the question, Himaraju? I understood this point. Is there a question with that? Or are you again you're muted?
I shared my experience, ma'am.
You shared your experience. Wonderful.
Like,
Thank you, Himaraju. Thank you for sharing that. Wonderful, friends. Thank you for joining. I'm assuming there's no more questions. We are already at 8 o'clock today, late. And in case there's any one last sharing or question, we can wait.
Can I share, ma'am?
Yes, Kunal.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I want to share the meditation experience, ma'am. So, ma'am, the belief was that my mom don't love me. So, ma'am, so I started. So, when the thought came, ma'am, I was not feeling good in my body, and so I started thinking opposite way that no, she loves me. And suddenly, some images came where she was taking care of me, and so I was feeling nice at that time, ma'am, and I was feeling very light. But ma'am, there was a pain in lower back. So it was intense, ma'am. So I was feeling, means I was feeling like no, some blockages were getting clear. There was a pain, but I was feeling good, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
Beautiful,
the experience.
Kunal, because that's exactly what the psychologists say, that when we have certain unpleasant experiences, the emotion there is so much stronger, which means when we say emotion is stronger, the energy is so much more. So it's like our brain has taken a picture of that. Now we are telling ourselves that same story. For example, you say, my mother doesn't love me. Now, when you're saying the same story over and over again, that it keeps creating more and more issues for you. But now when you actually allow yourself to question it, you'll be able to find proof that no, she actually loves me. There are so many times that she did take care of me, and when you focus there, your reality changes. So that's beautiful, Kunal. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute. Same thing is happening, ma'am. Even small thing happens. Even she says the way is harsh, but the mind again says same thing. Oh, she don't love me, and start negative thinking, ma'am. So
Yes.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Friends, Divya has shared the link in case anybody would like to register for this workshop. It's on the 2nd, 3rd of July. It's online, weekends, 9 to 5 p.m. And Divya, have you also shared something else? I saw 2-3 messages from you, I think.
Yes, ma'am. So I've shared the details, the registration link, and a little more about, you had created a video explaining the concept more
Of self-worth. Okay, so because we touched the topic
of
self-worth.
unconscious to conscious.
Okay.
So I've shared that as well, and more details about the workshop which is happening on 2nd and 3rd July.
You have also shared on self-worth, I saw.
Yes, since Deepa was talking about it, I thought I'll just share that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Preeti, is it okay? I have shared this link with a friend of mine. She wanted to join. Is it okay? Okay.
Thank you.
So she might join. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.